This is one conference on illicit financial flow the acting president is hoping would change the status quo. Against a backdrop of massive looting of public treasury and persistent illicit financial flows, the acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, issued what might be called a warning to banks and financial institutions.
When somebody loots the resources of a country and deprives millions of people of the means by which they would even make a decent existence, that is even more criminal. This cannot happen without a handshake, if you like, between the countries where they are transferred and the institutions and countries to which they are transferred, especially the financial institutions. So we must work at somehow delegitimizing those kinds of transactions and criminalizing them so that banks and financial institutions that are engaged in this are actually called out and they are made to face the consequences of engaging in criminal conduct. If that isn't done, then we're not likely to get very far.
As the acting president points out a media war raging between the government and those behind the stolen funds, the chairman, Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, says the huge looting has been responsible for Nigeria's dwindling development.
We are experiencing in Nigeria a situation where corruption fights back and fights back so persuasively, so eloquently sometimes, and with such resources that government itself, if government is not careful, it can be overwhelmed. There's a media war against the fight against corruption. You will find people who will put stories in the media that suggest that there is something wrong with fighting corruption.
Nigeria has the largest number of uncompleted projects in this world. Many people just take the money and walk away in collusion with the ministry or agency that awarded the contract.
Other stakeholders announced that the continent is losing about $80 billion annually to illicit financial flow.
Our continent is losing anywhere from $50 to $80 billion annually in financial flows. More effort is needed in asset recovery and repatriation. Weak national and regional capacities impede efforts to curb illicit financial flows.
Well, many of the findings and recommendations here apparently underpins the fact that combating illicit financial flows must not only be transparent, but strengthened on the global front. Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.